Um, I'm making this video as, I guess, as a challenge for myself to finally speak out. And on this day, when it's supposed to be Autism Awareness Day, I think I want to put the emphasis on acceptance. And by acceptance, I mean accepting who they are and realizing that it's not a disease, they're simply different. Defining what different is. In my theory and from what I've learned, because I have a beautiful son who's on the autism spectrum. His name is Samir. And what he has told me what acceptance is when he opened his little eyes and they placed him right on my chest when he was born, he showed me what purity of love is. Until this day, that's what he shows me. I think that I sort of think about this, and I've had discussions with my friends about this, and the way I look at it is they're different because in this world we have forgotten how to love one another. I know this is going to come out in a wrong way, but deep down inside we're all selfish for something. Either we're selfish for money, for fame, or to be accepted, or whatever the case might be. But we're selfish people. And what autism has taught me is how not to be selfish, how to be patient, how to give up things. Since Samir is now 12, but before Samir was born, growing up, for me, I studied really hard and I had big career goals. I wanted to become something big. But through Samir, I learned how to manage both my career and my responsibility for him. And I think not just him, anybody with autism that I've met, that is the one thing that they teach you is love, purity of love, how to be kind. See, the difference is they think within a box, right? They think, okay, this is right, this is wrong, this is the rule. They might approach you and say, you're fat, or you're gaining weight, or you're chubby. But they're just stating the fact to you. They don't mean to be rude, they're just stating the fact. But we as human find that, we as people, because we don't think like them, we find it rude because we go, oh my God, why would you come up and say something like that? But to them, it's within the box. They're looking at a person who's chubby. They fit the definition of fat, right? Of course, we tell them to, just the way how society works and everything else and how we have materialized things. But I think where I get sad, or where I'm working hard to get Samir's voice out, or everybody with autism, their voice out, where we call acceptance, is accepting the fact that in public, if there's a child who's autistic and who is screaming because he has anxiety from certain thing, do not stare at them and make it worse. Try to see how you can help them. Try to see how you can be kind. And just softly speak to them. That's okay, honey, you're fine. You're good. You see, the softness of the voice can help them. Or they're reading your facial features, and your kindness through your eyes can show them, or through your gesture can show them that this person doesn't mean me harm, and that anxiety can help them calm down. You can calm the anxiety down, I mean. But we're just so busy just glaring, right? That, oh my God, look at this. But why is he still screaming? Or why is she doing this? Or whatever the case might be. Might be a tough plane ride for that mom because the autistic kid wants something particular, but we can't do it. Or was unable to. I remember during the time of the masks were mandatory, Samir had a hard time wearing a mask, so he would bring it up till here, and people would just glare at me. Be like, oh my God, look at this, he's not wearing a mask. Even though government came out with the rules to define sensory, that some people have sensory issue, they will not be able to wear that. Doesn't matter. It's like we're very quick to make judgments on things. A person is screaming, we're judging immediately, right? A person is not wearing appropriate clothes or whatever, we're judging immediately. Or a person is, a kid is, for example, scratching or hitting himself because he's frustrated, he's having a headache, he's unable to explain because he's nonverbal, we're immediately judging, right? We don't see the purity of love from them. We just look at just whatever the cause might be and we just place our decision based on that. So I think on this day, I'm not going to go further. I can go on about this and then tears will start falling from my eyes, and I don't want to do this. I want to do this in a very happy way. On this day, I'm asking everyone who is watching my video, who is on my account and is able to see this, and I'll see through my settings if there's a way you can share my video too. My message on this day is acceptance of autism. It starts with you spending time with somebody with autism or somebody with Down syndrome, somebody with any sort of disability we're speaking about here, or anything where whichever way they're different. I don't even want to use the word disability. To me, I think the acceptance is just learning that they're just different. They think differently. And rather than looking for a cure for autism, why not look for ways to include them as part of your society, make changes in you to make sure they're part of you. For example, in a birthday party, you invite somebody over who has autism, try to create an environment that won't be an issue for them. That alone is huge. And a lot of my friends have done that, and I really appreciate that. But that alone is huge. Try not to make loud noises because they might be sensitive to that, right? So if you have blasted your volume out because you want to blast songs out, maybe keep it to a certain level so the environment can be safe for this child as well. Something small as that. Or if you are having a wedding, right? It's your happy occasion and you've invited somebody who has autism, try to ensure that, whatever way you can accommodate, do it, right? Or if a parent of somebody of autism is at your wedding, but the child is not, try to accommodate that parent's need, because majority of the time they have left them for a special care. Try to see whatever you can do to say, hey, you know what, why don't you grab food first because you have limited time, or, whichever way. I mean, mind you, even I don't like loud noises anymore or lights. But try to make a minor change. It starts with that one change. I'm extremely fortunate that I have a supportive family where I have beautiful nieces and nephew, 4 of them. And Samir has a hard time telling them that I want to be part of your game. But they're such beautiful children that their parents have taught them how to love people with autism, that they include him in any way possible. He might just hover around them. They're fine with that. Or, they'll just ask for, hey, Samir, Pai, can I get a kiss from you? Because that's the way how Samir presents love. Or they might go and tickle him because they know that's how much he loves. So they're kids, but they figure out a way to include Samir. So I think as adults, we can figure out many ways to include people with autism in our lives. And we need to start doing that. Whether they have Down syndrome, whether they have ADHD, whether they have autism, whether if they have anxiety, whatever way it's possible, include them as part of your life and make a minor change, because that will make a huge difference. This last message I'm going to say in Urdu, and I'm not disrespecting because I think people in my home country don't understand English. I'm sure they do, but and I'm pretty sure that they understand my message as well, because it's simply for love. But this message in Urdu I'm specifically saying because I think it needs to be said. Alright, ये चीज़ मैंने बहुत दिनों से अपने दिल में दबा के रखी है, बिकॉज मेरे लिए बहुत मुश्किल था इस बात को बोलना. लेकिन पाकिस्तान में जो भी है, जो ये चीज़ देख रहा है, जो इंडिया में है, जो जहाँ भी है, जो मेरे अल्फाज समझ रहा है, मेरा मैसेज आपके लिए सिंपली यही है कि आप बाहर जाएं, चाहे वो ऑटिज़म सोसाइटी हो, डाउन सिंड्रोम हो, कोई भी हो, ان بچوں کے ساتھ وقت گزاریں، کیونکہ وہ بچے آپ کو دنیا کی سب سے خوبصورت چیز دکھائیں گے. یہ میری آپ لوگوں سے ریکویسٹ ہے. اینڈ دوسری اور آخری چیز یہ ہے کہ انہیں پاگل بولنا بند کر دیں. وہ پاگل نہیں ہے. انہیں اللہ تعالیٰ نے اس لیے بنایا ہے تاکہ وہ ہمیں سکھا سکیں کہ محبت کیا ہوتی ہے، کیونکہ ہم بھول چکے ہیں. کائنڈنس کیا ہوتی ہے، ایک دوسرے کی کو پیشنس کیا ہوتا ہے، صبر کیا ہوتا ہے. ان کے تھرو آپ سمجھیں گے یہ بات. تو جائیں. میری ریکویسٹ یہ ہے کہ اس رمضان میں جہاں آپ لوگ اتنے دعوتوں میں خرچ کرتے ہیں، اتنی گیدرنگز میں جاتے ہیں، چاہے 1 گھنٹہ ہی ہو وہ ڈالیں. کیونکہ آئی ڈونٹ تھنک کہ اس سے اچھا اور کوئی چیز ہو سکتی ہے کہ اس رمضان میں آپ نے ایک، چاہے وہ ڈاؤن سنڈروم ہو، آٹزم ہو، چاہے وہ کوئی ایک اورفن کڈ ہو، مطلب جس کے ماں باپ نہیں ہے اس دنیا میں، اس کی مدد کری ہو آپ نے. جو پیسے آپ لوگ $300-200 یا پاکستان میں سے زیادہ ہیں اس میں آپ خرچ کریں. اور یہ میسج میں جو کینیڈا میں بھی یہ دیکھ رہا ہے میں اس کو بھی یہ بولوں گی کہ بجائے ان چیزوں کے پیچھے بھاگنے کے یہ کر کے دیکھو. یو ول فیل گڈ. یہاں پہ آپ کو سکون پہنچے گا. کیونکہ جب آپ کسی اور کی مدد کرتے ہیں یا آپ ایسے بچوں کے ساتھ ٹائم اسپینڈ کرتے ہیں تو آپ کو فیل ہوتا ہے کہ محبت کیا ہوتی ہے، کائنڈنس کیا ہوتی ہے. کیونکہ آپ لوگ بہت جلدی ججمنٹ پڑھ دیتے ہو، اور یہ مشکل پیدا ہوتی ہے ہم جیسے پیرنٹس کے لیے، کیونکہ ہمیں تکلیف پہنچتی ہے، ساتھ میں ہماری اولاد کو بھی تکلیف پہنچتی ہے. کیونکہ جب ان کو ہر کوئی گھور رہا ہوتا ہے سفیکیٹ ہم ان کے ساتھ ہو رہے ہوتے ہیں، وہ بھی ہو رہے ہوتے ہیں. وہ صرف محبت چاہتے ہیں اور کچھ نہیں. تو جائیں اور 1 دن یا 1 گھنٹہ ایٹ لیسٹ ان بچوں کے ساتھ ٹائم گزاریں. اینڈ فار مائی لولی کزن جن کا ایک بڑا اچھا بچہ ہے پاکستان میں، جس سے اگر میری زندگی رہی اینڈ آئی وڈ لو ٹو میٹ ہم، حمزہ. آئی لو یو سو مچ اینڈ آئی ایم سو پراؤڈ آف یو، آف آل یور اچیومنٹس، اینڈ آئی وانٹ یو کیپ اپ ود دیٹ. اور میں چاہتی ہوں کہ تم جاب بھی کرو اور آگے بڑھو اور کبھی بھی اپنے آپ کو کمزور نہ سمجھو. اور آخری یہ ہے کہ یہ رہا سمیر جو مجھے پپی کس کرنے آیا ہے، یا چلو، اینڈ یہ بولنے آیا ہے کہ آٹزم بہت اچھی چیز ہوتی ہے، رائٹ؟ تھینک یو.